My name is Dan Dominguez, and I, along with the We Digital crew, will be bringing you all the action here as the OCAA Men's Championship Tournament continues. Both teams won their playing games yesterday to reach the Final Four double knockout tournament. Earlier today, Fanshawe dropped their game to the host St. Clair Saints, 5-3, and Centennial was mercied by Humber earlier, 10-0. There's your lineup for the Colts. Bogdan, right field, leading off. Shohei Haas. Josh Savoy, the three-hitter. Batting cleanup, Brandon Turner, he'll be at third base. Tajan O'Sullivan at second. Owen Nichols, short. Salerno, DH. Zachary Warden. And Cameron James, the nine-hitter, he'll be playing center field. Defensive alignments. Nelson and Verhoeven. Nelson on the mound, his battery mate Verhoeven. Around the diamond, Lawler, Smith, Gordon, and Carson. And the outfield, Martin, Lawrence, and Adumo. We're ready for action here. Nelson toes the rubber. And we have first pitch of the elimination game. Fastball misses. 1-0. So it's do or die for both teams here. Loser goes home. Winner will move on. Hard hit. Right center field. Caught by a right fielder. That's Ferris Adumo. He hit it hard on a line right to the right fielder. Sun not quite a factor over there yet. It's going to be a factor as that sun gets in their eyes. There's Nelson's stats this year. Through 5 games, 1-2 record. Tough strikeout to walk ratio. 16 walks to 12 strikeouts. So that's a tough where you'll have to watch out, throw some strikes. And a 7.53 ERA for Nelson. But he gets the first out. Low, strike one. So that's Haas up the bat now, the left fielder. Big fastball in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Nelson throwing hard here early in the first inning. Little curveball, strike 3 looking. He watched that go by in the outside part of the plate. Haas is retired, has a few words for home plate umpire. And 2 down here in the top of the first. Savoy now. He's DHing for the Colts. Fastball misses high. 1-0. So Nelson continuing to throw hard here in the top of the first. Defense back all around. Hard ground ball, shortstop. Gordon bobbles a little, fires over the first. In time for out number 3. Lawler with the stretch in the third out. So we're through half an inning. No score. We'll be back here on We Digital.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back here at Lacoste Park, bottom of the first inning. Falcons getting ready to take their first at-bat of this elimination game, the OCAA men's tournament. There's your lineup for the Falcons. Leading off, Eric Martin, he's in left. Drew Lawrence in center. The catcher, Brad Verhoeven. Ferris Adumo, the right field. Lawler at first. Carter Stratton at DH. McGuire Gordon, Liam Carson, and Connor Smith rounding out the batting order. Your defensive linemen, Battery, Oates and Salerno, Warden, O'Sullivan, Nichols and Turner, Haas, James, and Bogdan across the outfield. We're ready for action. Pop foul over the left third base side. Strike number 1. There's Oates' numbers for the year. 5 wins. He tied the OCAA in wins this year. 136 ERA, 22-9 strike to walk ratio over 36 innings. He's ready for the 0-1. Swing fouled off the catcher. The left-handed catcher trying to shake that. Home plate umpire stalls a little bit for his catcher. That's Salerno behind home plate. Getting an early bruise in this ball game. So 2 strikes now to the batter. Oates kicks and deals. Fastball, strike 3 looking. He's out. Out number 1. Hard fastball at the knees for Oates. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Gordon now steps in the box. Right-hander ready. He kicks and deals. Fastball misses just low. 1-0. No score early here at Lacoste Park. Elimination game between the Centennial Colts and the Fanshawe Falcons. Hard hit in the left center. That ball's down for a single. Gordon's on first, a 1-out single, and the Falcons are in flight. So Verhoeven now, the left-hander steps into the box. Verhoeven, the 6'1" out of St. Thomas High School. Pickoff attempt. He's back easy. Big first baseman Zachary Worden over there. Oates checks the runner. Open stance on the mound. Pop down the left field side. Out of play. One strike now. Verhoeven in the box. He's catching today for the Falcons. Fastball. Misses inside. Little slide step from the pitcher, trying to keep that runner at first. There's Gordon taking his lead. Another slide step. Fouled back to the screen. 1-2. On deck hitter having a little trouble behind home plate, trying to locate that ball. That's Lawler chasing down the foul ball. 1-2 now from Oates. Pick off. Good pick off. Runner back easy, though. Bit of a quicker move there from Oates. Trying to keep that runner honest at first. The 1-2 from Oates. Good little grounder into the dugout. The dugout scrambles for Fanshawe. Everyone looks to be okay. So that one wakes up the Fanshawe bench early. We'll redo the 1-2. Gordon takes his lead off of first base. Oates looks over. Open set. Another grounder back in the dugout. On deck, batter tries to make a play and misses. And we'll reset again for the 1-2. So both teams won their elimination game, their play-in game last night. Cold night here at Lacoste Park. But had to face the top 1 and 2 seeds and fell short of those games. So both teams are 1-1 in the tournament. And the loser will go home with their second loss. So excitement here in this elimination game. Oates now comes set. Long wait. Throws. Hit hard in the right field. That's over the right fielder's head. Runners going around second. In the third. Gets held up at third base. Big stand-up double. On that fastball. Hit it hard over the right fielder's head. A little bit of wind out there. Wind and sun. The right fielder having a little bit of trouble coming up with that ball. Gets it in, but the runners are at second and third. Only one out. The Falcons have something going here. So second and third. Third baseman playing about even with the bag. Middle infielder's back. So a ground ball up the middle. It looks like they're going to sacrifice a run here early in the game. Cleanup hitter now. Ferris Adamu. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Blew a fastball by him. There's Adamu from Mississauga, Ontario. His 4th year. So both teams showing a lot of enthusiasm for their dugouts. 1 out, 2 on. Little changeup. Shallow fly ball right field. Makes the catch, comes up throwing. Not a strong throw from right field, so the sacrifice fly will score the first run of the game, and the Fanshawe Falcons are in flight, leading 1-0. So it was a high fly ball there to right field. Right fielder fought the sun in the wind, came up with it. Not a terribly strong throw into the cutoff man. No chance of getting the runner who tagged up from third. The runner did advance to third base as well. So there's a runner on third, 2 outs. Lawler now, the first baseman. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Wind picking up here a little bit now at Lacoste Park. That's going to be a factor throughout the evening. Fastball misses. 1-1. So 2 down now. Runners on third. 1 run in for the Fanshawe Falcons. Oates still an open set. Kicks and deals. Fastball hit hard in the hole. That's through for a single. The Falcons lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Hard hit single in the hole between third and short. Nichols has no chance of getting that. Again, on that fastball, blew it past short and third. Haas gets it in, but the damage is done. 2-0 early for Fanshawe. Carter Stratton now comes to the plate, right-hander in the box out of Guelph, Ontario. His 2nd year. So we have a runner on first, 2 outs. 6th batter of the inning for the Fanshawe Falcons. Big breaking ball, misses high. It's like an early release on that breaking ball. That came out of his hand early. Didn't have a chance for the hit the strike zone. So Oates having a little bit of trouble. Fastball in there, strike one. As I said earlier, Oates had 5 wins this year. He tied Deans for the OCAA men's lead in wins. Having a little trouble here in the first. The 1-1. Fastball in there. 1-2. Lefty catcher in there for the Centennial Colts. A little bit of an odd setup. You don't see a lot of left-handed catchers at this high a level. Salerno does a good job behind the plate. That ball's popped up. Salerno gives it a look to the screen. Off the grandstand here at Lacoste Park. Off the grandstand. Hopefully that grandstand doesn't collapse after a hit by a foul ball. So 1-2. There's your runner on first. Not a big lead. Oates checks him. The 1-2. Fastball just missed, just a little low. Salerno tried to frame that for the home plate ump unsuccessfully. 2-2 now. Oates, high kick. Fastball just missed. Same spot. Good eye there from Stratton. So Stratton works to full. The runner's going to be going here on the 3-2 2-0 pitch. So he'll get a head start on the pitch. Stratton in the box. Oates on the mound. Gets his sign. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Falcons push 2 across in the first inning. After 1 complete, Fanshawe 2, Centennial no score. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
And we're back here at Lacoste Park, the OCAA Men's Championship Tournament. St. Clair College is our host. Lacoste Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. The Falcons actually have a 2-0 lead. Our graphic incorrect there. As we start the top of the second inning. Nelson back on the mound for the Fanshawe Falcons. He got him out 1-2-3 in the first. Cleanup hitter Brandon Turner is going to step in the box shortly. Turner batted .345 during the regular season. 3 home runs, their team lead. Slugging of .621, so big power hitter coming out of the cleanup spot. And there's our correct score. Good job by our graphics man, Nolan. So the big lefty getting ready to step into the box. We're ready for action here in the top of the second. Pitcher kicks and deals. Fastball in there. Strike 1. Turner out of Oakland, Ontario. His first year with the Colts. The lefty in the box. Little off-speed pitch in the dirt. Makes it to the screen. Ball 1. The Saints have a backup catcher, Garrett Kratz. He's played with Centennial last year before transferring to the Saints this year. I'm sure he's in the stands watching his old teammates. The 1-1. Fouled into the glove. 1-2. The Saints will play Humber following this ball game. Big game from the undefeateds. Going into a tournament like this, a double elimination with no losses is huge on a Sunday medal play. As we'll determine the gold, silver, and bronze tomorrow. The 1-2. Another off-speed pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Nice pitch by Nelson, freezing the hitter, but not getting the call from home plate umpire. Pushes the count to 2-2. Fastball. Late on it. Down the left field side. Way foul. He tried to blow the fastball by him. Able to get a piece of it. Sending it over the third base foul line. We'll reset for the 2-2. Nelson kicks and deals off speed. He hangs that one. That's hooked foul. Kind of left that one over the plate. Turner way ahead of it. So he's unable to keep that one fair. There's your Fanshawe bench in the background. Cheering on there, big right-handed pitcher, Sean Nelson. Strike three, inside part of the plate. He jumped out of the way, but home plate ump had nothing to doing with that. He rings him up for the first out. So that's a second strikeout looking recorded by the Colts. 4 up, 4 down early in this one. Nelson, another fastball, just misses. The right-hander jumps out of the box, takes ball one. O'Sullivan now the hitter, playing second base. Fouled back this way. I got the tent protecting me on that one. The backstop catches it for me. O'Sullivan was their stolen base leader. He had 5 stolen bases this year. If he can get on base, he'll be a threat. Another off-speed pitch, hooked into left field. Caught left fielder Eric Martin tracks it down. That ball was hooking towards the foul line, but good play by Martin to stay with it and record out number 2. So he caught that on the end of the bat, and that ball was hooking like one of my drives on the golf course, but Martin was able to track it down for the second out. So nobody on. Top of the second. Fanshawe leading 2-0. Swing and a miss. Blows the fastball for strike number 1. Nelson, a big fastball here early in this one. Breaking ball. Little chopper up the middle. Shortstop up with it. Fires the first. In time for out number 3. Excellent play by McGuire Gordon going up the middle. Fires at the first after 1.5. Fanshawe 2, Centennial no score. We'll be back here on We Digital.
I'm just gonna hang out. If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
And we're back here at Lacoste Park, getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. Fanshawe scored a pair of runs in the first inning. Colts have gone 6 up, 6 down in their 2 tries. That's Oates still on the mound. The sun's starting to drop behind the grandstands here at Lacoste Park. For another inning or so, that's going to be a problem. You can see the shade. Pitcher's in the sun. The batter and catcher are in the shadows. So that's going to be tough for those hitters to pick up for the next little bit until that sun drops down. Left-handed catcher Robert Salerno sends it down, and we're almost ready for action here for the bottom of 2. So Carson going to step into the box. Carson plays first and third base. He hit .310 on the season. 8 RBIs on the year in the regular season. Out of Ingersoll, Ontario, his second year with the Falcons. Strike one. Couple of good fastballs. Both Oates and Nelson throwing good heat. And you can see the shade difference by the time our shot from the pitcher and then when you go to the batter, big difference. The 0-1 pitch from Oates. Breaking ball a few feet in front of home plate. That's 1-1. That one didn't have a chance. So count even at 1. Carson, ready? Fastball just misses. Salerno's out on that outside corner. He wanted that one. Held it there for a second. Unable to get the call. 2-1. The 2-1. In there for strike 2. Batter shakes his head a little bit on that one. Evens the count up at 2. Oates looks in at his catcher. The 2-2. Fastball misses high. Just above the belt. Had a good angle at that one from my vantage point. Just a little bit high. Runs the count to full. Oates with the full count pitch. That one's popped up right side. That's going to be out of play. Just over the clubhouse. We'll reset the full count pitch. Crowd starting to pick up. We'll have quite a few Fanshawe fans here today. Not too far of a drive. The 3-2. Grounded up the middle. Flipped over the first. In time for out number 1. So Nichols moved way over to his left on that chopper. Able to turn, set his feet, and fire over to Worden for the first out. So Lawrence, center fielder, steps into the box. The right-hander. .465 slugging percentage. He tied for the team lead in runs with 13 this season. Breaking ball misses outside. Oates ready for the 1-0. Fastball in there for strike 1. 1-1. Oates still showing a strong fastball in this early in the bottom of the second. Another fastball just misses low. Tough call. Not giving that low strike to Liam Oates. That'll be tough to work with later in this game, not getting that call. So 2-1 now. Oates high leg kick. Same spot. Gets a strike call that time. 2-2. The 2-2 from Oates. High pop fly. First baseman battling. He's having some trouble with it. He barely hangs on. Would have been a fair ball. Good job by the big first baseman, Zachary Worden, to hang with that ball with the sun and the wind. Again, coming out of that shadow is tough to pick up. Backpedaling, just squeezes it with the first baseman's mitt. And that's out number 2. Fastball misses down and in. 1-0. So we're day 2 of the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship here at Lacoste Park, Tecumseh, Ontario. The 1-0. Little hit foul down the left side. It's Elimination Saturday. Both teams won their initial games yesterday as a play-in game to get into this double elimination knockout. There's Connor Smith, the local product of LaSalle, Ontario. His first year with the Falcons. The 1-1 from Oates. High fastball misses. The winner of this ball game will survive to tomorrow, and they'll play the loser of our upcoming battle, the undefeateds, Humber and St. Clair, later today. Hard up the middle, base hit up the middle. 2-out single. So Smith is aboard. Top of the order now. That's Eric Martin. That's a hard hit up the middle. James knocks it down, gets it back in. So a 2-out single for Fanshawe. Martin struck out looking his first time. The 5'8" outfielder out of Acton, Notre Dame High School. Slide step from the pitcher. Trying to keep that 9-hitter close on third. Connor Smith had 1 stolen base on the season. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Blew a fastball by him. So a count even at 1. Bottom of the second inning. Fanshawe leads early 2-0. Oates checks the runners, comes set. Little slide step, misses down and in. 2-1. Smith off of first. Little pop fly left side. Turner gives it chase. He's got room. And just misses. Couldn't come up with it. Ran into the gate there. Gave it a good effort down the third baseline. Just ran out of room. So the count's even at 2. Oates rubs up the new baseball. 2-2, 2 outs, 2-0 lead. Bottom of 2. Oates comes set. Kicks and deals. Outside, off the catcher's glove. Runner advances to second base easily. Now run the count to full. So runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second. Payoff pitch upcoming. Oates checks the runners. The runner at second. Waits long time. Finally gets time out. Martin couldn't stand in the box any longer. Asks for time and is granted. And we'll reset for the payoff. That shortstop Nichols kind of creeping in behind the base runner, trying to keep him honest at second. Fastball low. Good scoop by the catcher, but it's ball 4. Runners at first and second. So the catcher comes out to talk to his pitcher. Try and settle the young righty down. They got 2 quick outs here. But a base hit by Smith, and then now a walk to Martin. Extends this inning. Gordon the batter now. He singled and scored in the first inning. Right-hander in the box. Gordon only a .239 batting average during the season. All singles, not much power. His fourth year. Lucan, Ontario. Not familiar with Lucan. The 0-1 pitch from Oates. Checks the runner. Hit hard to second base. Past the second baseman. Rounds third. A run scores. And the Falcons have their third run of the ball game. Runners will be at the corners. So a 2-out RBI single extends the Fanshawe lead to 3. All happening with 2 outs. Big hit past the second baseman. James able to get it in quickly, but no chance of getting the runner at home as he's going on contact. So Verhoeven now. He had a double in the first. He doubled and scored. Bottom of the second inning, 2 out. Fanshawe leads it, 3-0. Runners on the corners. Ball 1 misses. Kind of an odd catching style from the catcher today. Kind of jumping out of his stance and reaching at that ball. There's Verhoeven out of St. Thomas, third year. Kind of distracts the umpire from getting some of those corners, in my opinion. I'd rather he see him quieter behind home plate. 2-0. You'll see the catcher on anything low fall into his knees. Tough to get that call when the catcher's moving around like that. So Oates in a jam. Runner dancing off of third. In there for strike 1. 2-1. Verhoeven had a big year this year, slugging .548, 12 RBIs, .357 batting average during the regular season. Hit hard in the center. Center field battles the sun, comes up with it, and the third out is recorded. So we're through 2 complete. Fanshawe Falcons lead 3-0. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
And we're back as we take a look at the Fanshawe Falcons dugout. Their dugout's up after an early 3-0 lead. We enter the top of the third inning. They're up on the Centennial Colts in this elimination game. Friday afternoon, the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship. We did get a report that the St. Clair Saints women's team did win their first game. They'll play a game of the undefeateds later today in Fanshawe College for their OCAA Women's Championship. The St. Clair women's team still remains undefeated, 25-0, plus the 5 wins in the CCSA National Championship, having an outstanding season, record-breaking. So the catcher now, Salerno, steps into the box. So we'll see how Nelson starts his third inning. He's had a couple of long waits during his time on the bench. He'll take the run support, I'm sure. We'll have to try and get loose again in every inning. Still pitching out of the sun. Fastball misses away. 1-0. The 1-0. Hit hard. Through the first baseman. Unable to come up with that one. Hit a rocket over the first baseman, Lawler. Unable to come up with it. Kind of played that off the hip a little bit. It shot by him. That'll be the first hit of the ball game for the Colts. Their first 6 batters were retired. So the big right-hander, Zachary Warden, 6'5", out of York. William Aberhart High School, his 4th season. So a leadoff single. Centennial's bench trying to get back. Big swing and a miss from the big right-hander. In his 4th season, as I said, the righty. He only had 3 hits during the regular season. Had a pair of hits in the elimination in the play-in game last night to help lead their Colts to a win. Fouled back off the screen. He's down 0-2. Top of the 3rd inning. Falcons lead 3-0. Nobody out here. Burt Lacoste Park in Tecumseh. The 0-2. Quick slide step. Popped up. Catcher looking for it. Verhoeven over. Third base over. Unable to come up with it. That's a really tough play for the catcher. You're looking to get some help from the third baseman, Carson, on that one. With the wind and the sun, that's a really tough play for the catcher to get over there on. So the count remains 0-2. Nelson peers in at his catcher. Finds a sign he likes. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses low. Good change of speed there from Sean Nelson. Verhoeven tried to frame that up. That was too low for that 6'5" righty in the box. Short lead off of first base for Salerno. Fastball misses low. Warden is a strikeout threat. He struck out 10 times over 32 at-bats this year. Hit hard, up the middle, in there for a single. And it gets by the center fielder. Runner moving over to third. There's going to be a throw. They cut it off. Safe at third base. Routine single. We've seen that a couple times throughout the tournament. Center fielder there. But that last bounce right before it got to him kind of jumped over the glove. But that's going to be an error on the center fielder. So a single and an error. Error moving the runner over the third. And they have runners at the corners. Big Zachary Warden on first. His 3rd hit of the tournament, tying his season total. So the 9-hitter now, Cameron James. He's in center. James hitting only .207 on the season. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Nice pitch by Nelson, starting him out with a curve. There's Cameron James, 2nd year out of Scarborough, Ontario. The 0-1. Chopped to the right side. That's going to trickle foul in front of the Fanshawe dugout. So the hitter's down 0-2. Top of the 3rd inning. Fanshawe 3-0. Again, an elimination game. Do or die for both teams in this one. Bright sun out in right field. You can see Ferris Adamu is going to have to battle the sun and anything hit out his way. Late timeout call granted. So that's no pitch. Nelson was really holding that ball in the mound, keeping an eye on the runner. with runners on the corners. So we'll reset here on 0-2. Slide step, breaking ball, check swing. He holds on, 1-2. They asked for a check. I don't think he went for my angle. He didn't. Nelson peers in for his sign. The 1-2. Fastball hit hard. In there for an RBI single. The Centennial Colts are on the board. They now trail at 3-1. 3 straight singles from the 7, 8, 9 hitters to get them on the board. Catcher goes and talks to his pitcher, try and settle him down. So top of the order now. That's Bogdan. He had a hard line drive to left field his first time up. It was caught. He hit to right. Bogdan hit .250 in limited appearance, only 20 at-bats this season. Good on-base percentage. He's a big walk man, 4 stolen bases. His first year, the young right-handed hitter out of Barrie, Ontario. So runners on first and second, nobody out. Pick off at second. High throw. He's back in safe. A good throw. They got a shot at him. The big first baseman was getting a little antsy off a second. Almost got himself picked off. I don't think the big fella's going anywhere. Gordon in behind second, keeping the runner honest. Breaking ball high, misses. Pitcher wanted that one, asking where that pitch was. Asks if it's high, umpire concurs. 1-0. So we got a ball game now, 3-1. Nobody out. First and second. Top of 3. The 1-0. High fastball. He bunts it down the third base side. That would have been ball 2. That's at his eyes, but he tried to bunt it anyway. So they're trying to get those tying runs in the scoring position with nobody out. Probably been better off taking that as ball 2. So the batter checks down the third base. Ben Anderson, his second year, leading the Centennial Colts. Pickoff at second again, this time in the center field. The runner not going anywhere. So big Zachary Warden getting a little frisky over there at second base. That's 2 pickoff attempts. He'll have to be careful there not to take his team out of a rally. Nelson, you have to focus on this batter as the runner unlikely to go anywhere. Big curveball, misses high. So now Nelson have a little battle with the strike zone. He's missing high on 3 straight pitches. One was bunted foul for a strike. So Nelson comes set. 2-1. Bunted to the screen. Had a better pitch to bunt there. Unable to lay it down. So that moves the count to 2-2. So a big pitch coming early in this one, top of the third inning. Colts trying to get those runners over in the scoring position. They still trail the Falcons by 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 for out number 1. Big strikeout by Sean Nelson. So Sean Nelson records the first out. Big 6'3" righty. Walsingham, Ontario. Valley Heights High School for the pitcher. Another fastball misses way high. So the lefty, Shoa Haas now. He went down looking. He didn't like the call in the first inning when he went down looking. Haas had 19 hits on the season, batted .422. Ball in the dirt. He led their team in batting average, batting at .422. Triple and 9 RBIs. He comes to us from Japan in his second year. High fastball, misses again. Haas out of Shinko Gakuen High. Let's hope the pronunciation was okay. It probably wasn't. The 3-0. Misses. 4 straight. The bases are now loaded. And they call time. Pitching coach is going to slowly walk to the mound to try and calm down the big 6'3" righty as he's worked himself into a jam. Savoy's going to come to the bat. He's the DH for the Centennial Colts. Savoy's hit .324 this season. Good on-base percentage of .409. Only 3 RBIs, but he's got 3 men on board. He looks to add to that season total. So the Falcons lead the Colts 3-1. The pitch from Nelson. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Fanshawe manager yells over his bench to try and get their bench up and rooting their big righty on. The 0-1. Another breaking ball in there for strike 2. Back-to-back hooks. Puts the batter down 0-2. So bases are juiced. The 0-2 pitch. Another breaking ball right at the third baseman. Dives back to the third. In there safely. The big first baseman had to crawl back into the base. Beautiful play there by Liam Carson to record out number 2. Big Warden over there on third. He's going to need some oxygen after this inning. He's been running around for a good 10 minutes now, diving back into bases. So we'll reset the count now. Bases still loaded. 2 outs. Little chopper up the middle. Tough hop coming for the short. Up with it. Flips to second. And the Falcons get out of a huge jam. They do give up 1, but they still lead it 3-1. We'll be back bottom of the 3rd inning here on We Digital.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
And we're back here, Lacoste Park, the OCAA Men's Baseball Championship Tournament. So we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. And there's the big game we have coming up tomorrow evening, the OFC football final. The St. Clair Saints will be hosting the London Beefeaters in a big revenge rematch from last year's heartbreaking loss in the Ontario finals, where the Saints lost, I believe it was 15-14. They'll look to win the Ontario title this year and move on to the Canadian semis. It'll be on the air at 6:50 on WeDigital.ca. If you can make it to the game, it'll be over at Acumen Stadium on the beautiful campus of St. Clair College tomorrow evening. We'll also have the bronze and gold medal matches here beginning at 10 a.m. So we got baseball and football all day long on WeDigital. So the right fielder, Adamu, is the batter. He had a sacrifice fly. Fouls the first one off. He knocked in the second run for the Falcons in that 2-run first inning. Adamu out of Mississauga JSF High School in his 4th season. The lefty in the box. Liam Oates still on the mound for the Colts. High fastball in there. Strike 2. Adamu in his 4th year. Oates shakes his catcher off a couple times. Finds one he likes. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Blows the fastball by him for out number 1. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Lawler comes to the plate. He singled his first time. Lawler hit .325 during the regular season, slugging of over 400. That one's curveball to the screen. .425 slugging. Lawler out of Cambridge, Ontario, his 2nd year. Jacob Hespler High School in Cambridge. The 1-0. Popped straight up. Pitcher and first base over. First baseman's there. Makes the catch for out number 1 as the runner buzzes past him. Battling the wind, the sun, and the base runner. Records out number 2. That was a high major league pop-up. So 2 are out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Stratton, the hitter. He struck out his first time. He's a designated hitter. On the mound still, the 5'11 righty from Brampton. His first year with the Colts. And there's Stratton, his 2nd year out of Guelph. Stratton batting .333 during the regular season. A big .593 slugging percentage. Big numbers for the catcher. Fastball in there for strike 1. So 1-1 now. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hit hard in the right center field. That ball's down. He rounds first. He's heading to 2. Checks his third base coach. He's going to stick at second base with a 2-out double. Smart move by the base runner, not trying to risk that 3rd out at third base. That ball got down into the gap in right center field. Cameron James retrieves it on the warning track by the fence. Holding the runner to second base with a 2-out double. That brings Carson to the plate. Carson grounded to short his first time. The right-hander stepping in the box out of Ingersoll. His first year. Little pitch up and in. So runner in scoring position here. Bottom of 3rd. Fanshawe Falcons leading the Centennial Colts 3-1. Short lead off a second. Second baseman cheating over a little. Ball down low, misses. Two 2-0. Oates now comes set, checks the runner. In tight. Ball 3. So Oates, second time he's had a 2-out bit of a jam. That happened in the last inning where he gave up a run, got the first 2 batters, and ended up giving 3 straight singles. But there's strike number 1. The hitter taking all the way, Carson. Big righty takes his practice hacks, gets back in the box. So Stratton off of second base, trying to get a little bit bigger jump. He wants to score on anything to the outfield. Pitcher holds a little too long. Batter asks for time and gets it. We'll reset the 3-1. There's some of the Saints players behind the home plate in the crowd getting ready for their match against the Humber Hawks. About 30 minutes following this ball game. Hit hard right side. Just foul. He hit it hard. So it runs the count to full. Hit that foul ball kind of off the fist to the right side. Fanshawe still leading 3-1. The runner takes a few steps off of second base. Stratton. Pitcher kicks and deals. Little chopper. Pitcher knocks it down, picks it up, fires the first. Past the first baseman. That's going to cost them a run. The run scores from third. Costly error by pitcher Liam Oates. He knocked the ball down on the one-hopper back to the mound. Comes up with him. Had time. We'll see on the replay here. If he picks up and throws, it would have been close, but he just sails it past the first baseman. He had no chance. And that big error cost them a run. And now we have a timeout as they're coming to talk to their young righty Oates. So I'm not sure of the ruling. I would imagine it'd be a single and an error. A single getting him the first, an error bringing home the runner. Home plate umpire slowly making his way to break up the conversation. Joins the conversation, and the meeting's over. So the Falcons lead 4-1, bottom of the third inning. They still have runners on first after that error. Correction, the runner did move to second base on the throw to error to first. So we have a runner on second base with 2 outs. That's Carson over there on second base. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. 0-1. Drew Lawrence, the hitter now. Lawrence, H.B. Beale Secondary School out of London, his first year. 6-foot right-hander in the box. The 0-1. Another breaking ball off the end of the bat. Past the second baseman. It gets through him for an error. The runner comes around third. He scores. Fanshawe now leads 5-1. A pair of errors on the Colts. The Colts are melting down here in the bottom of the third. He hit a little cue ball. He tried to catch it in the air. It skipped under the glove of O'Sullivan into right field. They had no play at home. We'll see what the call was. I believe that'll probably be another error. So the Falcons have put 2 across here. They now lead at 5-1. Fastball in the dirt. Good scoop throw over the first. Past the first baseman. He's going to make it the second. Check it. He's calling him over the third. He's in, standing up. A 2-base error by the catcher, Robert Salerno. So 3 errors in the inning. And the Colts are just getting in their own way here in the third inning, gifting the Fanshawe Falcons the 2 runs this inning. So we do have a 1-ball count. The 9-hitter, Connor Smith. Misses down and in, 2-0. So the Centennial Colts digging themselves a hole. Self-inflicted. Runner dances off a third. Little jam shot, center field. James is there, battles the sun, and records the out. So the Falcons push 2 more across. They lead at 5-1. We're going to head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll be back here on We Digital.
No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
No. I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit. But it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
And we're back here, top of the 4th inning. My name is Dan Dominguez. You're watching OCAA Men's Baseball Championship Tournament. All weekend long, all the action on WeDigital.ca. Foul first pitch, back over the screen. Had a pair of games earlier in the day. Centennial and Fanshawe lost their games to St. Clair and Humber, respectively. And they do battle here in a do-or-die game. Loser goes home. And their season will be over. 1-1 now. So the sun's still coming through in a few spots through the grandstand. A little change of pace. Fouled back to the screen. The fans starting to roll in over the right field wall. Getting ready for that big Humber St. Clair game. Just 30 minutes after this one's complete. The 1-2. Hit high in the left field. It's back towards the fence. Is gone. That was a high fly ball. It just kept carrying and carrying. Eric Martin gave chase but ran out of room. Big home run. That's Tajan O'Sullivan. Big home run to try and get their team back in the ball game. That's O'Sullivan's first home run of the season. He hit that a mile high. Martin thought he had a beat on it. It just looked like it scraped over the back of the fence for the solo home run. So our first home run of the tournament goes to the Centennial Colts, Tajan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan was out of Scarborough. So Nichols the hitter now. Takes one, and that gives some life over the Colts bench. They had a rough third inning. A couple of errors cost them a couple of runs. The 2-0 pitch. Little fisted shortstop up with it, off the glove. He's in there, safe at first base. I'm not sure if he would have had a play at him, even if he comes up with that ball. We'll see what the official scorer has to say on that one. That would be a tough call either way. Regardless, another runner on base. They got one in already and one on. Nobody out. Nelson gets himself in a little bit of trouble. Still waiting on the official score. They do rule that an error on the shortstop. That's a tough error on the shortstop. Even if Gordon comes up with that, I don't think he gets the base runner. Little slide step. Misses way high. Ball one. So the Colts have some life here in the top of the fourth. They look to get back into this ball game. Nelson, pick off in the dirt. Blocked by Lawler. Runner gets back easy. Nelson ready. The 1-0 pitch. Kind of boxed that off the catcher's glove. I don't know if he had a different call on that one, but didn't pick the ball off his pitcher's hands. Does keep the ball in front of him, so the runner stays at first base. 2-0. Peers into the catcher. Checks over his right shoulder. High fastball. Blows it by him. Almost at his eyes. Swings at an obvious ball for strike one. Helps bail out Nelson there on the 2-0. So it's 2-1 now. Checks a few times. Breaking ball. Just got a piece of it for foul ball. Strike two. So it evens the count. Timeout is called. Pitches it late. Nelson didn't see time was called. Nelson does go up in that stretch for quite a bit sometimes and holds that ball, so some of the batters will ask for time when he holds for too long. 2-2 now. Misses badly on the outside part of the plate. Off-speed pitch. That runs the count to full. We'll keep an eye on the runner. I'm not sure if they'll have anything going here. Still trailing by 3 runs. Misses in the dirt and earns the walk. So runners on first and second. Nobody out. Colts trail by 3. Big first baseman, Zachary Wharton. They're called time, though. We have a pitching coach. Actually looks like the manager. Walking slowly to the mound. Brian Harvey. In his 9th year. Most experience of any of the coaches in his OCAA tournament. I believe his year's experience are the same as all the other 5 coaches combined. Has the whole infield around them. You see in the background the base runner going over to talk to his third base coach to get instructions. So the plan is set as Nelson gets back on the rubber. Verhoeven walks slowly back behind home plate. And we're ready to go here again in the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th started with a bang. O'Sullivan, a really high home run over the left field wall to bring them back within 3. And now a little rally. Still nobody out. Misses again low. Looks like a little bit of action in the bullpen. There's a righty warming up in the bullpen for Fanshawe. Looks like number 2, Riley Post out there. Strike one. So they have Post from Ottawa out there if their pitcher gets in any more of a jam. Nelson comes set. The 1-1. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. He missed that by a foot. So it looks like the off-speed pitch might be the one to try and get past this big right-hander. As long as he doesn't leave it up in the zone. One, two from Nelson. Checks the runners. Another breaking ball. Just miss. They thought they had that one. That one fooled the hitter. I think they called it inside on the batter. Tough to tell from my angle here. 2-2 now from Nelson. High fly ball. Right field. Nice catch by the right fielder. Runner tags and advances to third base. Beautiful catch by Adamu. That would have been all sorts of trouble if that got past the right fielder. Runs out of his cap, able to come up with that. Guns it into the cutoff man. The runner does advance to third base with one out. Runners on the corners. First and third, one out. They'll bring up Cameron James, center fielder. He's singled. Back in the third inning, as you recall, the 7-8-9 hitters got things going for the Colts, all with singles that pushed across their first run. O'Sullivan homered to score their second. And they look to push this run home from third. Breaking ball. So a lot of curveballs in from Nelson lately. So I don't know if they changed the scouting report. He started out with a lot of heat, and as he's adjusted as the game's gone on to a lot more breaking balls. Out of Scarborough, Ontario. The right-handed hitters in the box. Fastball down low. Kind of an odd stance from Nelson. He'll check that runner on first over his right shoulder. Leans down, and once he's up in the set, kind of peers over that right shoulder. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by Verhoeven behind the plate. There you see in the background the action in the bullpen. There's a runner on first is being held on by Jamie Lawler. The 2-1. Fastball in there for strike two. 2-2. So Nelson goes back to that fastball, which he did have success with early in the game, as he did record. He retired all first 6 hitters in this ball game. So we'll see what he has in store here on the 2-2. Late timeout called again. So Nelson holds that ball up in the stretch for quite a while. Got a late timeout call from home plate umpire. Gets his sign from third base head coach Ben Anderson. And we'll get ready for the 2-2. Still runners on the corners. High, missed badly for the full count pitch. Ball right out of his hand. Didn't have a chance. So we'll keep an eye on the runner at first to see if they have anything going with a 3-2 count and one out. That's the catcher Salerno on first. We'll see if he's moving. He stays put. In there, strike 3, drop third strike, but he's out. First is occupied for the second out of the inning. That's a big strikeout there. Now they have 2 outs with that runner on third, so a fly ball won't score that run any longer. It'll be up for the top of the order now. So that's Devin Bogdan, right fielder. He lined out to right and struck out his first 2 times up. Bounces one pass, runner coming in from third. He'll score easily, and the runner does advance to second base. So the Fanshawe Falcons give one right back, as a mistake cost them their third run of the ball game. It's now 5-3. So Nelson having a little control trouble now. Catcher didn't have a chance on that one. So runner on second, 1-0, 2 outs. It's now 5-3 here in the top of the 4th inning. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Count even at 1. Our graphic is right there, 5-3. They have it wrong still on the board here at Lacoste. They'll correct it soon, I'm sure. The 1-1 from Nelson. Fastball misses high. Right around the letters. Not getting a call on that high fastball. You see the long shadows as the sun is setting behind the grandstands here at Lacoste Park. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. So big pitch coming here. 2-2. 2 outs. Falcons hold a 2-run lead with a runner on second base. Centennial bench in this ball game now. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3 looking right down the middle. He fooled him with a changeup. So they put 2 across this time. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th. The Fanshawe Falcons still lead 5-3. We'll be back here on We Digital.
For every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between, Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back here on We Digital. I'd like to thank you for tuning in on WeDigital.ca. All the action here in the OCAA Men's Ontario Championship Tournament. Shot of the Falcons bench. They lead it 5-3. Been an odd game. A lot of errors. 4 errors in the ball game. Centennial has 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors. Falcons 5 runs on 7 hits, a pair of errors themselves. Both teams costing themselves some runs defensively. To clean things up here in the bottom. Centennial back in this game. That's still Liam Oates on the mound. The righty finishes his warm-up tosses. We're ready for action here in the bottom of the 4th. So top of the order now for the Falcons. That's Eric Martin. He's in left. He's 0 for 1. He had a walk. In the first pitch. Fastball hit hard up the middle. That's a base hit in the center field. Center fielder over, getting it in. He was on that first pitch fastball. He drilled it in the center. Big hit from the 5'8 lefty out of Acton. Bit of a size difference there on their first baseman and base runner. So they jump on the first pitch and have a base runner. So Oates with a runner on. Strike on the outside corner. Again, that catcher jumping around behind home plate. Lucky to get the call on the outside corner. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. 0-2. A little bit of a different angle for you here on We Digital. Big curveball, stealing, in easily. Stole that one off the pitcher. Catcher didn't have a chance at second base. So the Falcons have their leadoff hitter, a single and a stolen base. He's already in scoring position with nobody out. Hitter's down 1-2. Oates in a stretch. Fastball just misses outside corner. So 2-2 on the board, up on the scoreboard here. Foul back over the screen. We'll redo the 2-2. So the leadoff hitter has reached second base after his stolen base. Oates looking long into the catcher, not finding one he likes. They do call timeout. The batter steps out of the box, waiting too long. Sun's still a factor for that right fielder. Second baseman cheats into the runner, keep him honest. Hit hard, right side. That ball's down for a single. They're going to hold him at third. Nobody out. They don't want to risk getting him thrown out. So after giving up 2 in the top of the fourth, the Falcons look to get those right back. Hard single in the right. They have runners on the corner. The catcher, Verhoeven, steps into the box, the left-hander. Verhoeven out of St. Thomas High School, his third year with the ball club. So third base playing about even with the bag. Runner being held on first. Middle infield playing back, looking to get a double play. They'll sacrifice a run for 2 outs. Runner goes in the dirt. He's going to reach second base easily with the stolen base. So that'll probably bring the infield in. We'll see what the manager has to say here. Anderson stands up at the dugout. They're bringing their infield in now. As he's waving them in, you can see in the background. They can't afford to get down any more runs as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 is the count. Hit hard, right side. That's through the infield for a single. They're sending the runner home. He's going to score easily. A 2-run RBI single for catcher Brad Verhoeven. And the Falcons lead 7-3. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. A shot with that drawn-in infield. That's hard for O'Sullivan to try and get to that ball. Good job by the right fielder, Bogdan, to get it in quickly, but no chance of getting the speedy runners, Martin and Gordon, at the plate. So the Falcons are in flight here again in the bottom of the fourth. Squares the bunt off the catcher's glove. He's had a little trouble behind the plate today. A lot of movement from behind home plate, having trouble picking up that ball from his big right-hander. Little timeout. They look for the check swing, but they do call ball one. Ball one. 1-0 the count. And there's strike one. Count even at 1. Nobody out here, bottom of the fourth inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Fanshawe scored in every inning so far. They put 2 across in the first, 1 in the second, a pair in the third, and have put 2 across here in the fourth, and still going. High fastball, blows it by him for the strikeout to record out number 1. He swung at a ball. That's his second strikeout. That was up at his eyes. So big first out for the Colts. Verhoeven still over on first base with only 1 out. He brought home a pair of runners with his RBI, 2 RBI single. Tall right-handed Lawler up now. He squares, pulls it back, throw to second on the steal. He is out at second base. Great throw by Salerno. So the hitter squared, just maybe to cause a little bit of a distraction there for the catcher. but the catcher is still able to come up with a big throw and gun the base-stealing catcher. So 2 away, nobody on base. Fanshawe leads at 7-3, bottom of 4th inning, here at Lacoste Park in Tecumseh, Ontario. In there for strike 1. 1-1. So a bit of a breeze here at Lacoste. Looks like it's heading out to left center field just a little bit. High pop-up right side. Right fielder over, having a little trouble, a little basket catch action. Willie Mays style. And records the 3rd out. So the Falcons put 2 more across. They lead at 7-3. We'll head to the 5th inning. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Every child should learn how to swim for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
And we're back here, top of the 5th inning. Fanshawe Falcons lead the Centennial Colts 7-3. This elimination game. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Fanshawe Falcons. That's Caleb Burley, the right-hander. He's got 12 2/3 innings pitched this year. 12 strikeouts, almost a strikeout an inning. 2.76 ERA. A good 12-6 decent strikeout to walk ratio. He's 2-1 record. So we'll see if the right-hander can shut down the Centennial Colts as they need 9 more outs to advance to Sunday in this double elimination OCAA Men's Championship. Here's the first pitch. Missed just on the outside corner for ball 1. Working quickly here. In there for strike 1. He gets back on the rubber right away. Breaking ball swings wildly at it. The left-handed product out of Japan. So he's down 1-2. Another curveball slapped down the right field side. Going to check his bat there. I think he cracked it. Yep, he's going to ask for a new piece of lumber. The lights are coming on here at Lacoste Park. Not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful October afternoon. Can't ask for much more temperature-wise here in late October after a wet, snowy first day of the tournament yesterday. So he's trying to get the new piece of wood ready to go. A little bit of stickum on the handle. A little bit of action in the bullpen behind third base as the Colts have somebody getting loose. So 1-2, we're ready to go here again. Top of the 5th inning. High leg kick. Little chopper right side of second base. Flips over to first. In time for out number one. Good job by Connor Smith staying with that chopper. You don't know what kind of hops you're going to field. This isn't their home field. Lacoste Park plays pretty quickly. Grass is cut short. It's been relatively dry. So that's one out here. D.H. Savoie. He's grounded out to short, and he lined out to third base in his first two attempts. Takes strike one. Manager adjusts his defense over in front of me in the Fanshawe dugout. Big curve ball hit hard to third. Slow runner. They should have time. And they record the second out. Savoie not moving too fast down the first baseline. So a quick 2 outs for the reliever, Caleb Burley. Burley out of Hamilton, Ontario, with a 6'2 righty, Ancaster High School. So Turner, he's 0 for 2. Ground out and a strikeout. So Nelson pitched well. Ball one for the Fanshawe. He went through 4 innings. He struck out 5 batters. He did give up 3 runs, but there was an unearned run in there. So only 2 of them were earned. High popped over the light standard. Counts 1-1. Nobody on base here in the top of the 5th. The 1-1. Breaking ball just missed outside corner. Burley asked home plate umpire where that one was. Just missed the outside part of the plate. 2-1. Down low. 3-1. So Burley from the windup. High fastball misses. Ball 4. So they got a 2-out walk. And that brings up O'Sullivan. As you recall, back in the 4th inning, he had a high towering fly ball that just scraped over the left field wall for a solo homer to lead off the 4th. So the coaches in front of me are moving their players over in the outfield, pull side. Ball in the dirt. They're not holding the runner. Now they've changed their alignment. They are now. 1-0. Fastball misses. That's O'Sullivan out of Scarborough, his first year. Two-0 now. Ball in the dirt. Past the catcher. He can't find it. It's to the screen. The runner, he's going to third. There's going to be a throw. He is safe. So he advances 2 bases on the wild pitch. That went off the umpire's foot, and the catcher had trouble finding it. Kind of dangerous running the third base with 2 outs, but he was able to scamper over the third. He's there with 2 outs. The count is 3-0. Runner takes his lead off of third. Swing and a miss. Swung over the top of that one. 3-1. Looking to do damage after hitting a fly out and that big home run back in the 4th. Working quickly in the windup. Low. In there for strike 2. Looked a little low from my angle. He hasn't been calling that one that low, but gets the call. Full count pitch. In the dirt. Ball 4. Big bat flip on the walk. A little unnecessary if you have it. Runners now with 2 out. As it comes to talk to their pitcher to see if what they're going to do. The catcher thinks he'll join the conversation. So runners at the corners. We'll see if they hold the runner over at first base or not. They are holding them right now. So Owen Nichols, he grounded out to short, and he reached on an error also to short. He scored a run. Fastball again in the dirt. Good block by the catcher. Runners do not advance. 1-0. So the sun pretty much down behind the grandstands now, so the light's starting to take a little bit of effect in the twilight. Again, down low, misses. 2-0. So Burley having a few issues here in the top of the fifth inning. Comes set, checks the runners. And just missed, outside corner. They thought they had that one. That's 3-0. A walk here would bring the tying run up the plate. And it's high. And he does so. So now the bases are loaded. 2 outs. Top of the fifth inning. They'll bring Salerno up. Pitching coach coming out to talk to the pitcher who came out of the pen. Got himself in a bit of a jam. Got the first 2 batters to ground out. But now has walked a trio of Centennial Colts. Salerno, the left-hander. Checking his stats for the season. .298 batting average. No home runs. He did have 5 RBIs. Only 3 extra base hits on the season. So a big situation here in the top of the fifth. Bases are loaded. Full of Colts. They look to get back into this ball game. Misses down low again. 1-0. The 1-0 from Burley. Big rip at it. Misses. He was way out in front of that one. Looks like Burley pulled the string a little bit on that pitch. Coach moving their outfielder deep. They don't want any balls over the head. A shot of our batter there. He'll try and give you the shot. Little chopper left side. Third baseman waits on it. Fires over the first. In time. The Falcons get out of a big jam. The Colts. We're heading. Leads at 3 here on We Digital.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On-Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded, and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On-Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On-Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
And we're back here at Lacoste Park. Bottom of the fifth inning action. Falcons lead the Centennial Colts 7-3. My name is Dave. You're watching action. Oh, the map. Chopper, third base, comes up with it. So 2 strikes. Hit hard, right side, down the line. In there for a base hit. Looks to make the turn to second. Hangs on the first base. A 1-out single for Liam Carson. So 1 on, 1 out. Lawrence, a hitter. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error back in the third inning. Oates comes, sets, checks the runner. In there, strike 1. Some of the Humber Hawks starting to make their way into the Lacoste Park. The Saints already down the left field line. Pitch in the dirt past the catcher. He can't find it. It's to the screen. The runner takes a big turn around second, but he's going to hang on. Tough day for catcher Salerno behind the plate. 30 minutes after this ball game, we're going to have the battle of the undefeateds. The top 2 seeds in the Ontario League. Regular season, both teams 17-1. There's Lawrence out of London. Both teams won their first game in the tournament earlier today. So a 1-1. Swing and fouled back to the screen, 1-2. So Carson off the base on second base. Number 33 in front of you there on the screen. The 1-2 from Oates. Hitter asks for time. Oates stalling on the mound a little bit. Lawrence asks for time and is granted. Cooling down at the park a little bit. Sun no longer a factor. A little fisted to the clubhouse. Off the clubhouse. 1-2. Lawrence hit .279 during the regular season for Fanshawe. Check swing, he went. Strike 3. Home plate umpire, I believe, called it a strike regardless of the swing. So that's the second out of the inning. Connor Smith steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2, single and a run scored. Flew out to center his other time up. Out of St. Thomas, Ontario. His third year. St. Thomas, Ontario. In there for strike 1, outside corner. So runner on second, 2 outs. Fanshawe leads 7-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Big leg kick. Down low. Kind of trapped there by Salerno. Didn't block it with his body. Just trapped it with the mitt on the catcher's right hand. One and one. Again, low. Misses. 2-1. So big 2-1 pitch. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, another late timeout call. We've been getting that on both sides. Pitcher's holding the ball a little too long for the hitter's liking. And they step out of the box. Oates looks in, gets a sign he likes. The 2-1. In there, strike 2. 2-2. Big 2-2 pitch. Colts can't afford to go down by any more. They already trail by 4. Hit hard, left side. That ball is down for a base hit. Runner comes around third. It gets past the left fielder. The run scores easily. RBI single from the 9-hitter, Connor Smith. And the Falcons now lead it 8-3. Carson scores the 8th run and sprints behind me towards the bathroom. Helping him run quicker, I think. So we got a pitching coach on the mound. Oates has been in there the entire ball game. He's pitched okay. He's gotten some trouble on his own, but the defense has also let him down for a few runs. They now trail by 5. Home plate umpire comes to join the conversation to try and break it up. Pitching coach kind of ignores him. They break up. You can see the Saints in the background there getting ready for action. Taking a few hacks in the cage. That St. Clair Saints Humber Hawks matchup will be about 30 minutes after this game concludes. So top of the order, Eric Martin, left fielder. He's 1 for 2, a walk, run scored. High pop fly, right field. Right fielder is there, and he makes the catch. So the Falcons score again in the 5th inning. They now lead it 8-3. We'll be back for the 6th inning here on We Digital.
big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between. Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
And we're back. Top of the sixth inning. Fanshawe Falcons lead the Centennial Colts 8-3. This is an elimination game in the OCAA Men's Championship Tournament. Winner moves on to Sunday morning. The loser goes home, and their season is over. Caleb Burley still on the hill. Big righty coming to the plate now. That's Worden. So the Colts need some base runners. They trail by 5. They only have 6 outs to go. Hit hard off the end of the bat. A lot of time over at first. A little high, pulls him off the bag, but able to keep that foot on. Out number 1. Good stretch by Jamie Lawler over at first base. You see the tall righty. Good footwork by the first baseman. The first out is recorded. Third baseman had a lot of time there, maybe a little too much time. Kind of flipped it over to first, almost pulled his first baseman off the base. So Cameron James now, 1 for 2, single and a strikeout. James hitting .207 this year. Ball down, 2-0. James, his second year. He's out of Scarborough, Ontario. Pop fly, foul down the left field line towards the Saints warming up for the next game. Strike number 1. Beautiful Friday afternoon here in Tecumseh, Ontario. The 2-1 pitch. Curveball hit hard into center field. Center fielder's there. Lawrence records the out for out number 2. James gave it a ride, but Lawrence well positioned for out number 2. So the Colts are down to their final 4 outs. The outfielders are shifting as they're getting instruction from their coaches on the first base side. Big breaking ball misses. There's Bogdan, his first year at the club out of Barrie, Ontario. Fastball just misses. Catcher had the double clutch there. He thought he had a strike there, Verhoeven. He's down 2-0 now. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 2-1 now the count. Burley kicks and deals. Fastball in there for strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Third out of the inning. He swung right through that curveball. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. Fanshawe still leads at 8-3. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kiddies love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
And we're back here at Lacoste Park. Bottom of the sixth inning, Falcons leading the Colts 8-3. Oates' day is done. We're finding the new pitcher. Oh, that's O'Sullivan. He was playing second base earlier in the game. He hit that long home run. He's only had one game this year, 9.33 ERA. He had in those 3 innings, he had a bit of a rough time of it. Finishes his warm-up tosses. He'll come and try and nail down this bottom of the sixth to keep their team alive. So we'll have to see who took over at second base as well, as O'Sullivan is now taking the hill. So Gordon steps up. He has 3 singles, scored a pair of runs, stolen base. Big game for the righty. Gordon, Medway High School, his 4th year with Fanshawe. In there, 0-2 now the count. Gordon only hit .239 on the season, but swinging a hot bat right now. We're recording 3 hits. Takes the ball high, 1-2. There you see his 4th year out of Lucan, Ontario. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled back, late swing at it. Able to stay alive. We'll get ready for the 1-2 pitch. Reaches for it, stays alive again. Making the new pitcher work, O'Sullivan. The 1-2 now from O'Sullivan. Reaches for it, little fly ball right side. Couple of fielders can't come up with it. Wasn't hit very high. You see the Humber Hawks in the background getting ready for their ball game. We'll reset the 1-2. Right-hander in the box, down 1-2 in the count. O'Sullivan with the windup. Again, fouls another one off. Making this pitcher battle for his first out of the game. He comes in relief for Liam Oates. Breaking ball just misses. 2-2. Two and two now. Fouled straight back. He's had to have seen at least 8 or 9 pitches by now. Leading off this bottom of the 6th inning for the Falcons. Hit hard right side. Tossed over the first. Close play in time for the first out. Speedy runner. They're able to get the first out. Nice play by the second baseman. Good stretch. Just gets him by just a beat for the record the first out of the inning. So 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Fastball misses. Ball 1. The 1-0. Misses badly again. 2-0. So Miss Hine away on a couple of pitches here to this batter. This is the catcher, Verhoeven. He's 2 for 3, single double. He has a pair of RBIs. Takes strike one, a little high. Called on the 2-0 pitch. Two one. Another high fastball. So not following through, it appears, on O'Sullivan. You can see him telling himself to follow through on that pitch to try and keep that ball down. 3-1. Breaking ball misses outside. So Verhoeven on base for the third time today. So that brings up Adamu. He has a sac fly and a pair of strikeouts. He struck out on a couple of fastballs up around the eyes that he swung through on his outs. Adamu did have a big batting average this year, .429 this season, slugging over 600 pickoff attempts. A big righty able to grab that ball. 19 RBIs. He also led the team and actually the OCAA in stolen bases with 12. He's in a 4th year out of Mississauga. Misses down low, 1-0. O'Sullivan in his first inning of action in the OCAA tournament. The 1-0. Fastball in there, strike one, 1-1. O'Sullivan working quickly, comes set. Breaking ball in there, strike two. 1-2. Kind of handcuffed the batter there. So Adamu has a pair of strikeouts, trying to avoid the hat trick. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He's out. Runner moves over to second base. Throw into center field. Adamu is out because first base was occupied. He does record the hat trick, his third strikeout of the ball game. The runner does advance to second on the strikeout. 2 down, bottom of the 6th. The Fanshawe Falcons leading at 8-3. This elimination game against the Centennial Colts. They'll bring the big first baseman, Jamie Lawler. He's 1 for 3. Another ball in the dirt. Catcher finds it quickly. Runner holds at second. That was a good job that time by Salerno to keep the ball from getting to the screen. There's Lawler, his second year out of Cambridge. In there for a strike. Lawler hitting .325 during the regular season. 4 RBIs. Looks to cash that runner in from second base, the 1-1. In there, strike two. Good pitch by O'Sullivan. So already looking in for his sign quickly on the 1-2 pitch. Finds one he likes. Comes set. Breaking ball chopped to the third base dugout. We'll reset the 1-2. Getting a little darker now over Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh. Comes set. Swings through it. And the third out is recorded. So we'll head to the 7th. Fanshawe still leads 8-3 in this elimination game. We'll be back here on We Digital.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
Between games, if they find you. And we're back here at Lacoste Park. Centennial Colts could be down to their last 3 outs of their season. They trail 8-3 in this double elimination tournament. We're down to the final 4. Both teams won their play-in game yesterday. They lost their games earlier to Humber and St. Clair. The winner moves on to tomorrow morning's matchup, and the loser's season is over. So that's Burley still on the mound. Coming to nail this one down for starting pitcher Sean Nelson. Left-hander in the box. That's our product from Japan, Showa Haas. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Strikeout and a groundout. He'll look to get something going here for the Colts here in their last hope. Misses down low. Out of the windup, the 1-0 pitch. Hit hard in the left field. There's a leadoff single. The Colts trying to stay alive here in the top of the 7th inning. Hard hit single. You can see that in the replay. Just over the shortstop's head in the left field. A leadoff single. They'll bring the 3-hitter up, Savoy. He's 0 for 3 today. Ground out, line out, and another ground out. They're still holding the runner at first, even though they're up 5. Hit hard in the center, right at the center fielder. Lawrence is there and records out number 1. So 1 out recorded, runner on first. The Colts down to their final 2 outs of their season. Looks like a young team for Centennial. All but 2 of their players look to be in their first or second year. Only 2 fourth-year players. So they're a young team will be up and coming. Pitch in the dirt, runner goes. No throw. Runner advances a second on the wild pitch. So I'm sure we'll see more of the Colts next season as they gain a little bit more experience here in OCAA play. Making it to the Final 4 this season, even if they can't come back here in the top of the 7th. Another one down low to the big lefty. He misses, 2-0. There's Turner out of Oakland, Ontario. Another one of the younger players, another first-year player. Hit hard to second base, comes up with it, scoops and fires over the first. More of a lob, but it got there. To record out number 2, and the Falcons are 1 out away from advancing to Sunday in this OCAA tournament. So the pitcher, O'Sullivan, he's their final hope. He homered back in the 4th inning, the only homer of this OCAA tournament so far. It scraped the back of the wall for the high home run. Takes a big rip at it. 0-1. He is 1 for 2 with that homer. He also walked. Burley kicks and deals. In there, strike 2. The Centennial Colts are down to their final strike of their season. Burley gets his sign, kicks and deals. Hit hard, foul. Giving the cameraman a bit of a jump over there down the third base dugout. So we'll reset for the 0-2. Burley licks the fingers, get a little bit of a better grip on this cold night. Burley kicks and deals. Breaking ball. Chopper over the third. Tough throw across the diamond. Kind of bobbles it. Holds it. The run scores. The runner advances to first. We'll wait on official scoring. That would have been a tough throw all the way from third base. The fourth run does come across. Little end of the bat. Tried to backhand that ball. Just couldn't come up with it. So they were down to their last strike, but they survived that encounter. Owen Nichols now, 0 for 1. Correction, 0 for 2. Popped up right side. First baseman Lawler's over and makes the catch. Oh, yeah, he does make the catch. So the Fanshawe Falcons will move on in this tournament. They win it by a score of 8-4. The Centennial Colts season is over. My name is Dan Dominguez. I'd like to thank you for tuning in on We Digital. Remember to catch the next ball game in about 30 minutes from now. The big battle of the undefeateds between the St. Clair Saints and the Humber Hawks in OCAA tournament action. My name is Dan Dominguez. We'll be signing off, and we'll see you shortly here on We Digital.